The Pima County Adult Probation Learn Lab is a GED study program open to all legal residents 18 and over. We offer classes and individualized instruction for all subjects of the GED test, as well as career and college advice. For more information, click the link below. Welcome to everybody's favorite math subject, fractions! This video is an introduction to some of the basics of understanding fractions and how we can manipulate them. First, we start with a box. This is 1. We have the entire box. It is what we call a whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all whole numbers. Now let's split our box down the middle like this. And do a bit of coloring like this. The green represents what we have, and the white, or empty part, is what we don't have. We now have 1/2, or 1 out of 2. The entire box is now cut into 2 pieces the same size. Our one green piece is less than the whole box. This is what a fraction represents. Less than a whole number. At math camp, we call the top number the numerator and the bottom number the denominator. Let's split the box again. Now we have 2/4, or 2 out of 4. Of the now 4 equally sized parts of the whole, 2 of them are green. Sometimes you may hear this said as 2/4. We can cut the box into even more equally sized parts. Now we have 8 pieces total and 4 of them are green. We can call this 4/8, or 4 out of 8. Again, note that all the pieces are the same size. This is important. If the pieces of the whole are not the same size, they are not fractions. Notice as we have been cutting the box up into 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8, the green area stayed the same. This is why we can call these 3 fractions equivalent. Even though the fractions are different, they represent the same basic value, all less than 1. This idea of equivalent fractions is a very important one that we'll come back to later. Now let's take another look at these fractions all together. With this view, we can really see how the green area, the parts we have, is the same. If I change the top number to 1 on all these fractions, we can note something else. First, we see some new fractions, specifically 1/4, sometimes called 1/4, and 1/8. As the bottom number gets bigger, the parts get smaller. This is why when we compare fractions, 1/8 is less than 1/2 and 1/4. It feels like 1/8 should be bigger because the 8 is a bigger number. But remember that fractions are made by cutting whole things into smaller pieces. And that bottom number represents how many pieces we have cut the whole thing into. Think of it like sharing. If I have a box of cookies and nobody is around, I get them all to myself. I get the whole thing. There's that word whole again. My best friend shows up, I can share, but I'll get less cookies. If my friend brings a friend, I'll get even less, assuming I don't make my friend share from his portion. As word of cookies spreads, my friend's friend brings a friend, and I find my portion getting even smaller. If enough friends show up, I might not even get an entire cookie. And that's just wrong. That's it for this video. For the next video on fractions, we're going to revisit this idea of equivalent fractions and how we can create equivalent fractions without having to draw a box and cut it up into little pieces and count the pieces. We're going to learn how to do it mathematically. So a little bit faster way, a little bit more efficient way to create these equivalent fractions that we'll need for other dealings with fractions later on. Bye.